Hi everybody, and it's Saltash Math Tutor, and today we're going to be covering the quadratic formula, which is one way of solving a quadratic equation, and we're going to be using this bad boy, which is the quadratic formula itself. And just a reminder that we're talking about things like x squared, y squared plus 4, y squared plus 4y plus 2. If we've got anything in here which is a power raised to the power of 2, i.e. squared, any of these things mean that all of these are quadratic equations. And what that looks like on the graph is if I plot a curve, which is what the quadratic is going to look like, but that could be anywhere moving up and down. It could look like anything like that. We're not particularly interested. We wouldn't be plotting the graph out during the exam, but what we're after is when y equals 0, because obviously you've got y equals 1, y equals 2, y equals -1. Well, that's the 0 bit there, isn't it? But when y equals 0, what's the x value? And that's what we're going to find out. So I've just put back up the quadratic formula for you here, and this is what it relates to. It relates to the quadratic equation, which is in its general term ax squared plus bx plus c. And just highlight which bits go where. The a features here and here. The b features here and here, and the c features just at the end here. So you've got to lift the numbers out and push them into the quadratic formula. So I've put the quadratic formula and a generic quadratic equation up the top here, and here is my example of 4x squared plus 3x minus 1. And you can see that what I've done is I've pulled out the a value, which is there, a equals 4. I've pulled out the b value, which is there, as is linked up to there. And I've pulled out the c value, which is there, which is linked to there. Okay, so now we've got that. All we're going to do now is we're just going to literally punch the information into this little monkey here. So what do we got? Well, we have x equals minus b, well b equals 3, so it's minus b minus 3 plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4 times a, which is there, which is 4 times c, which is there, which is minus 2, all divided by 2 times a, and again a equals 4. So it looks really mucky and messy at the moment, doesn't it? But it will sort itself out. So I've just transferred that over, and I'm going to do this bit here first. So we end up with 3 squared, which is 9. 4 times 4 is 16 times minus 2. 4 times 4 is 16 times 2 would be 32 minus 32. So it's minus 32. I've got a minus sign here, which means there's a minus there. And just to make life easier, I'm just going to put that in a bracket. That all goes underneath the square root sign. And then we've got minus 3 and plus and minus, and that's over 8. Okay, that let's just move that out to the left. So what that equates to, smudges appeared from nowhere. So if we sort that out, that becomes minus 3 plus or minus the square root of, well, minus times a minus is a plus. So it's 9 plus 31, which is 41 divided by 8. Now, we can now take two solutions out of this. And here we go. So we have x equals minus 3, take the first solution, plus the square root of 41 divided by 8, which equals 0.43, and then we've got the second solution, which is x, and it's going to be a bit of a cram to get here, minus 3 minus square root of 41 over 8, which equals, so I worked out my calculator, that's right, the calculator's going to go down here, minus 0.18. Now, what that means is that if I just go back to my, badly drawn, if I go back to my graph here, there's y and there's x, it means that whatever the graph looks like, and the graph can look like that, or look like that, or look like that, it doesn't really matter what it looks like, but what I do know is that it crosses the x-axis at the point minus 1.18, and it crosses the x-axis at positive 0.43, and so that's it. I've used the quadratic formula to generate the two values of x. Okay, I hope that's helped. A very quick canter through the quadratic formula. As I've said earlier, it is a revision tool really, and nothing much more than that. And that was my phone, I do apologise. Look, if you need any help, post a comment up, and I'll put more examples up, or whatever you need. This has been Saltash Maths Tutor. I hope you found that useful. Goodbye.